Before we get on to the video, if you guys are new to the channel, like my team content, subscribe. We're trying to 150,000 subscribers by the start of May, and right now we are just over 4,000 off. So honestly, at this rate, we could hit it by the start of April, which would be absolutely nuts. But anyway, if you like my team content, subscribe. But now let's get on to the video. What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is going to be a tier list of the best token rewards in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM. So the game is changing so often. Like, I'm telling you this right now, the game is changing so often that, like, this is probably going to be a one-off token rewards. I'm probably going to make this video now and then leave it. But I'm going to start doing, like, token rewards of diamonds, token rewards of pink diamond, or not token rewards, sorry. Tier list of diamonds, tier list of pink diamonds, tier list of all the tiers, because the game's just changing. The game is straight up changing all the time, so these videos realistically need to be updated once a month. So, one, you guys seem to love the tier list videos, so it's more of what you guys like to see, and also the fact that they're necessary. Because if you guys click on, for example, if I make a best Galaxy Opals tier list tomorrow, and you guys click on that video now, or click on a video in a month time, I can guarantee you there'll be at least 15, 20 new opals that are way better. I think last year we ended up with something like 80 or 90 opals. Right now we've got 20 something. So while we have a lot more opals this time than we had this time last year, there's still an awful lot more opals still to go. And we still need opal clay. There's still a bunch of them. I have a feeling that they're probably going to end cards quite soon, because in previous years they've kept somewhat support for 2K up until like August. I think August the 1st, last couple of years, has been the cutoff point. Whereas I do have a feeling that with next gen, because they will need two sets of developers, one set of developers on current gen, one set of developers on next gen, I do think that we're probably going to see no more cards after June at some stage. Maybe if the NBA season comes back, you might see a couple of moments cards, but I think that'll be it. But anyway, yeah, let's go on to the players. So first up, we have got... Oh no, okay, it's Grant Hill. So we're actually going to go from working up through the tiers. So Grant Hill. Grant Hill is... I'm going to put him as like A plus tier. Like he'd be on the top level of A tier. The reason why I'm not going to put him in S tier is that even though he is a really good card, he's got one position. So a solid shooter, not an incredible shooter. He's just... There's a lot of better cards like that. That happens. He's just outdated. He's a day one card, but... I think right now, of all the day one token rewards, I think Grant Hill's the best. I think, like, there's a lot better cards than D-Rob. He fares a lot better than Grant Hill. But I think that Grant Hill's the one that still holds his own, because he's got Hall of Fame clamps. He can shoot and he can go to the basket. Then we have got D-Rob, who I'm also going to put here in A tier. The reason why D-Rob is going in A tier is because, again, he's got steady and he's got no clamps. Yeah, clamps did not, like, if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, D-Rob would without question be S tier, but it's gotten to the stage where we almost need clamps on a center because Thon Maker exists. So even if you're playing his budget players, Thon Maker's going to destroy D-Rob. Tim Duncan with his speed boosting, step back threes, like, it's crazy what Tim Duncan can do. Kareem exists, and Dwight Howard and Chris Webber exist. Dave Robinson can't guard any of those guys, so for that reason, I can't put him in S tier. Bradley Beal. I'm going to put Beal in S tier. I know, like, again, Bradley Beal would be on the lower end of S tier. 6'5", but, like, he's got one of the best releases in the game. Like, is he worth picking up? Not a chance. Just like I don't think it's worth picking up D-Rob or Grant Hill right now. It's definitely not worth it for 750 tokens, but this is purely based on ability in game. And Bradley Beal is honestly one of the top 10 2 guards in this game. So he's like Ray Allen, basically. He's almost the equivalent of the Ray Allen Galaxy Opal card. For that reason, it's hard to not put him up in S tier. Then, without question, we're going S tier for Josh Smith. Josh Smith, again, is a super, super good card. He does everything. Does absolutely everything. And after seeing that JD crossover has locked in Smith as well as the next guy up, I don't think I'll be playing him anytime soon. Next up is Zach LaVine. So, LaVine is a 6'5" demi, and the reason why I have him in S tier is that he's got the T-Mac base, which I think is the best in the game. I think Tracy McGrady, Brandon Roy, and Zach LaVine are the best release in the game, and I then think Paul George is probably the next best in the game. But and then who else is pretty good? De'Aaron Fox is a really good release. Actually, there's a lot of really good releases this year, and then you're looking at Bradley Beal, who's right up there. Like, in terms of, it's kind of a bit different with some shooters. Like, In purely catch and shoot situations, I think the likes of Brad Beal, Buddy Hield are great. However, off the dribble and off snatchback shots, Zach LaVine and T-Max release is the best, because it's the, I don't know why, but it just is. In terms of catch and shoot, I think I take like Beal and Hield. In terms of like off the dribble, I would take LaVine, T-Mac / Roy, who all have almost the same release. LaVine also with the Hall of Fame clamps, can dunk on everybody, and is a 6'5" point guard. So a really, really good card there. Tony Parker. Oh, he's going A tier right now. He's basically like a smaller, less athletic Dwayne Wade. So he's got really nice dribble moves. He's got a really, really nice release. And he's got Dwayne Wade's release anyway. Which is one of the best in the game, supposedly. I can't get it down. I'm just saying that right now. I cannot get Wade's release down with his pink diamond. It's a weird one. When I use his opal, I get it down. And yeah, I'm just a little bit iffy with Tony Parker. But he's a really, really good card. Tony Parker shoots the lights out again. It's just undersized. Just a little bit undersized for a point guard. And at this stage in the game, he's just not really worth picking up for those tokens. And then also into A tier. Like, let's be real, these opal cards, none of them are going to be none of them are going to be below A tier, to be honest. Penny Hardaway can only play at the 1. He's 6'7", not good lateral quickness, although he does have gold clamps, which helps. He was a good card when he came out. Or so he was a bad card when he came out because he had no clamps at all and 77 lateral quickness. Then they gave him clamps and he became a pretty decent card. And now he's just kind of been outclassed. He used to be like comparable to, I don't know, he was like a Magic Johnson diamond with a jump shot. However, now, yeah, I don't think he's really up to much, so I'm going to have to put him in A tier. And then the next group of players are going to be some of the lowest tier cards, because we've got the opals, we've got all the pink diamonds, as far as I know anyway. I may have forgotten one or two. And then we've got just the pick of the best of the rest. George Gervin, you know what? Not awful. He is not awful. He's going down here in C tier. I'm just going to quickly go through these cards here, because there's not much to say about them. Like, George Gervin got a basket, all right. Like, obviously, these cards are all outdated, all the day 1 rewards. But not the worst card in the world. Not I wouldn't say he's usable right now. I'd say a lot of these cards aren't usable, but there are worse. Chris Webber, not awful either. So he's got a pretty okay jump shot, I guess. So for that reason, he's staying above D tier. Isaiah Thomas is going in the awful tier. He's undersized, not a great shooter, can't dunk, is just not very good. Patrick Ewing. I'm going to put Ewing as a day 1 card. I'm going to put Ewing up in B tier. Like, he can shoot moderately well. Not a great shooter, but he can shoot moderately well. But overall, he is a just really solid card. Like, a decent post player. Is he outclassed by the newer ones? Of course he is, but he belongs in B tier. So next we got Beasley, who I'm going to put up here in S tier. He'd be kind of on the lower end of S tier, but like, obviously value-wise, I'd put him over any of these guys. Beasley gives you like 95% of what Josh Smith gives you, but he's 600 tokens less. So Beasley can shoot, he can handle, he can go to the basket and dunk, he can actually lock people down, which is a shock for Beasley, but no, he is a really good card. Dave Cowens is in the awful tier, and I can't believe it. Like, I hope the 2K gives us a 98 overall Dave Cowens for St. Patrick's Day or something. I will be making that video later today, going over who I think will be in those packs. I hope that they do, but this Dave Cowens, they took away his base 11. He's just bad. He's just really bad. Like, there's no other way to describe it. He's really bad. Alex English, C or B. I'm going to put him in C, actually. He's pretty decent stats-wise. I don't even rate him as highly as I used to rate, like, Amethyst Alex English the last 2 years. Because Alex English in 2K19 and 18 actually had a really good Amethyst card, but I don't rate this one particularly high. Spencer Haywood. He's going to go down in D tier. He's bad. He's bad, like. Nothing really Spencer Haywood does. He has a catapult jumper, which is slow. He's undersized power forward. He's kind of fast, but he doesn't have much use. Alvin Hayes is in the bad tier, D tier. Wes Unseld. If Wes Unseld could play power forward, because of the fact he's got a pretty nice release and shoot the 3 and has overall good stats, he'd be C tier. But because position locks are a thing and you can't play power forward, Wes Unseld is down here in D tier. In the unusable, like, these guys are, C tier would be like, not usable, but you're not going to lose a game if you use them. D tier would be you could lose the game by just having one of them on the floor. B tier, okay. A tier, good. S tier, obviously S tier. Then RJ Barrett, S. No question about it. RJ Barrett is S tier. Again, Shoots the Lights Out is like comparable. Like, he doesn't quite have the release of Tracy McGrady Pink Diamond, but you can actually compare him stats-wise and just animations-wise, apart from the release, to Pink Diamond Tracy McGrady, and you can make a legit argument. We got Millsap. I'm going to put Millsap in the good, because range extender is the one thing he doesn't have. Other than range extender, he is pretty good at everything. Then we get Jerry West. He's going right down here into the awful. Adrian Dantley, 6'5", 2 guard, a little bit undersized, can't really shoot. I'm going to put him in awful as well. Bob Love is actually quite a good defender, so he's going to go into the not good, but you will not lose by using him category of C tier. Then we have got Mitch Richmond. Okay, so with Mitch Richmond, I'm going to put him in... He goes B tier. I actually really like his release. Well, I did anyway when he first came out. He's going to go B tier, as in okay. Actually, no, because he doesn't have clamps. I'm going to put him in the... You're not going to lose a game by using him, but he's not very good. Mark Price. I hate Mark Price. Yeah, I get it. He's got Hall of Fame Limitless, but so does, like, freaking Furkan Korkmaz has got Hall of Fame Limitless at this stage. That is no longer a reason to use this card. This card is awful. Like, people still use Mark Price because the Hall of Fame Limitless. I've seen people use Mark Price, Pink Diamond to 2 for Hall of Fame Limitless. Like, if you really, really want a Hall of Fame Limitless player and you aren't willing to spend the, like, I don't know, the 4K on Mahmood or the, I don't think of what 2 guards have got Hall of Fame Limitless. Like, to be fair, like, you can get Kadino Mobley for 3K, like 3K and somebody else. Just get Furkan Korkmaz then. But D'Angelo Russell is going into the... I actually don't mind him. I don't mind D'Angelo Russell. He's the worst of all the new Pink Diamond cards, but he's not bad at all. He's going to go A tier. Then we got Embiid. Do I put... I'm going to put Embiid S tier. Yeah, he's better than D-Rob. He's straight up. He's way better than D-Rob. So he's going S tier. Reggie Lewis is going into B tier, which is alright. He's just outclassed by a lot of the other wings. Usable, kind of, but he's just okay. Then Baylor. Okay. So, Elgin Baylor. Okay, he's a 6'5" small forward, yeah. D tier. Like, a lot of these guys, like, if Wes Unseld could play power forward, he would have moved up a tier. If Elgin Baylor could play the 2 guard, he probably would have moved up a tier. Like, because of all the fact that all the day 1 cards are only single position players, that's why they're being rated lower. And now we've got kind of the budget token beasts right here. We've got diamond and below. So this is our opal and pink, opal and pink diamond tier list. So Otto Porter, A tier. Otto Porter, limitless, range, Hall of Fame. He's got gold clamps. 6'8", has a big body. His release is fantastic. Yeah, A tier. Not quite, like, I wouldn't say he's quite S tier value wise. You could definitely argue he'd be an S tier value, but in overall play, I'd definitely take Otto Porter over Reggie Lewis. Micah Red is in the... I know he doesn't have clamps, but his release is so good that I'm going to put Micah Red in B tier. I'm telling you this right now, if 2K decide to release a diamond Micah Red or a pink diamond, and they give him, which they probably will at some stage, and they go and give him Hall of Fame clamps, we might be looking at one of the better shooters in this game, if not one of the best shooters in this game. So Sean Bradley, in terms of value, would be up near and up the top. I'm going to put him in the... You know what? Just because of his height, it's not going to be an not good, but you're not going to use him. Sean Bradley is in this tier right here. So is Boban Marjanovic. And so will Mirasan when he comes in. I'd say Mirasan 1, Bradley 2, Marjanovic 3. But the 3 of those guys, still to this day, like, I find a little bit of trouble guarding them because they're so big and post hooks are so broken. Yeah, just get them involved in pick and rolls. Like, if you know how to beat them, you can beat them very, very easily. But if someone's sitting in a 2-3 zone and they've got these guys at the back and they're good with the zone and everything, you know what? They can be tricky. They can be very tricky to deal with. Now we get Derek Harper. He's had a better release than Ron Harper, I guess. Better animations. I think I put him a little bit over Ron Harper, but I'm going to put him in... It's hard to put him in the same tier as Tony Parker, though. He's much worse than Tony Parker, and he's not as good as D'Angelo Russell. He's going in alright. In terms of value, you're looking him up, but he's going in the alright tier. Trevor Ariza is like... If he could play the 2, he'd be a lot better. If he had Limitless, he'd be A tier, but he's going into the alright tier as well. For the same reasons as Reggie Lewis. They're very similar cards. Mirasan, as I said, is going into the meh, alright tier. I actually like Jerry Lucas's release. As far as just standing in the corner and shooting, he is pretty good. But I cannot really justify putting him over the okay, or you're not going to lose using him, but not very good. Because again, the power forward position is now filled with, like even just looking at tier list, power forward position, you're looking at Beasley, you're looking at Josh Smith, you're looking at Millsap, who can speed boost, you're looking at Otto Porter, who's got Hall of Fame quick first step, I think. Either Gold or Hall of Fame that can play power forward. We've got Ariza, who definitely is Hall of Fame. And Jerry Lucas can't get any of those. So for that reason, he's this tier. We got Isaac. Isaac's going S. Straight up, Jonathan Isaac is going S tier. He can handle the ball well. He shoots really well. No range extender. He's basically a 6'10 Millsap with kind of glitchier animations. And a similar level. Actually, probably a better jump shot than Millsap. Then we get Yusuf Nurkic. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to put Nurkic in... He's actually a really good interior defender. He's got quick first step gold. So I don't know whether I'm going to put Nurkic in B or in meh A tier. So I'm going to put him in B, A. He'd be either the lowest of A or the highest of B. So I'm going to put Nurkic in A, but with an asterisk that he's the worst of all the A tier players. Lopez. Yeah, Lopez is alright when he first came out. He can shoot the ball from deep. He's good in the post. He's good in interior defense, but he has 25 lateral quickness. And for that reason, he is a liability. Where I am putting him in B tier. Not awful. He's okay, but he's not as good as any of these guys. And we got Randall, 6'8 power forward. Can actually handle the ball quite well. Shoots the ball well. But again, he's just okay. And we got Ron Harper, who I'm just going to put in the okay category as well. Because like Ron Harper, again, he can defend people a bit like Derek Harper. He isn't going to bring much on offense. And now we are on to the last player on the list, and it's Isaiah Ryder. So I don't know what to do with Isaiah Ryder. I think, again, just like Nurkic, he would be like a very good B tier player. Like I think Ryder is better than Reggie Lewis. And if I'm looking at B tier, the best of them are probably Reggie Lewis or Trevor Ariza, and I think Ryder's better than them. I like Ryder's release. He's got LeBron's release. He can shoot from deep. He can go to the basket. Hall of Fame quick first step. 6'5", a little bit small for a 2 guard. But you know what? Just like Nurkic, he's going to be on the like lower end of A tier. Actually, I might even take Ryder over Nurkic. But yeah, that is pretty much it. This is what we have gotten so far. Well, not so far. This is what we have got. This is our tier list. We have got Beal, Smith, Levine, Beasley, Barrett, Joel Embiid, and Isaac in S tier. In the very good tier, like if you just ran with those guys up at the top, you are going to do very well. And there is one player that I've completely forgotten, and I don't know how I forgot him because I'm pretty sure I put in all the opals. Maybe this card wasn't on the list. Tim Duncan. So for anyone who's commenting where is Duncan, Duncan is S tier. Duncan is S tier. I don't know why he's not there. But Tim Duncan is S tier as well. So the 4 new opals that we got are all S tier. Well, all of S tier are in the basically in the new batch we got on Friday, to be honest. And then we still have some day 1 cards in A tier. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this tier list anyway. Obviously, C and D tier, you can interchange a few of them, but I wouldn't use any of those cards. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.